Hello everybody and thanks for joining me on another episode of Zay's Experience. Today is finally the day. Today we're going to be cooking some pizza. We are going to be making everything from scratch. We're going to be making the pizza dough and the pizza itself. So without further ado guys, come join me and let's go make this pizza. So first of all guys, we're going to be needing 4 very simple things. We're going to be needing 4 cups of flour, all-purpose flour is fine, and 325 milliliters of warm water. Now we need this to be warm and not completely hot. And I'll tell you why in a second. A tablespoon of salt and a sachet of yeast. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mix the salt into the bowl with the 4 cups of water. 4 cups of flour. Then we are gonna add our pal Mickey here. Woo. There you go. We're gonna go ahead and add them into the flour. And then we are gonna add our sachet of yeast. Get that in there. And now we're just gonna go ahead and mix everything up with a spoon. So there we go guys, we got our first ball of dough. Now what we're gonna do with this guy is we're gonna go ahead and remove all those little lumps. So what we need is, we're gonna need a little bit of flour, sprinkle it all over the board or wherever it is that you're putting this, and then start rolling it out. So now we're gonna do a very simple little movement, which is you're gonna pull the dough out and you're gonna bring it back in. Pull, bring it back in, pull, and bring it back in. Roll it out, do that a couple of times. Do this for about 10-15 minutes. And we are done with it guys. Like 10 to 15 minutes of consistently pounding this guy over and over. This is how it's gonna look. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this guy into a large roll and we're gonna cut it up into 4 pieces. That way you guys are able to make 4 portions of pizza out of this. Okay guys, so now we got our pizza dough cut up. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna proof the dough. So what we need to do first is we need to grab a couple of trays. That way we make sure we give them enough space, because these pizza dough balls are gonna grow in size. They're gonna triple in size. So what we need is a little bit of semolina, and this you can find at your local grocery shop. Sprinkle that. And then we're going to put the pizza dough inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover these guys up with a warm, damp cloth, and we're going to let them proof for 2 hours. Let's go ahead and do that. So you can go ahead and just proof your guys' dough for about 2 hours. That's what we need minimum. That way the dough rises and grows to the proper size. Or you can go ahead and do what I'm going to do, which is leave it overnight, and the flavor is going to intensify and it's going to taste way better. If you are going to leave it overnight, make sure you put it inside the fridge, not at the freezer at the top, at the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this overnight and see how it turns up tomorrow. Okay guys, so here we have our dough. We've been letting it rest overnight. So now we're gonna go ahead and make it into our pizza. So the first thing you wanna do is grab a little bit of flour. And we're gonna start making the pizza itself. So we're gonna start rounding it off. By the way, so if you guys do get a hole like this, make sure to grab a little bit from the side and patch it up. Don't try to stretch everything around it. Just go ahead and patch it up. And now, just make sure you kind of tap the sides. That way we make our little rounded crust around the corners. And we are good. Now, for our pizza sauce. If you guys haven't seen the video, go ahead and look through the videos. I have a whole video on how to make this pizza sauce. So, just gonna go ahead and put some of that pizza sauce in. You don't need a lot of pizza sauce to cover the entire pizza up. Great, so that's good. Now we're gonna put a little bit of Parmesan cheese. By the way guys, if you don't have one of these, I really recommend you go ahead and grab them. They're really useful, as you just saw. I just went through the Parmesan cheese, no problem, really helps. I'm gonna put a link down in the description below, that way you guys can go ahead and see the one that I use. This one is awesome, super cheap. It's about like 10 bucks and it does wonders. So now we're gonna go ahead and add, guys, our mozzarella cheese. And that should be enough. And finally we're gonna put some basil on it, some basil leaves. So just go ahead and crush them, put them around. And this is optional, guys, but if you have it, go for it. Or if you guys are pepperoni lovers like I am, go ahead and toss in some pepperonis. And finally, we're gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil. And we should be good. So now the next step is fairly simple, guys. What we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna preheat our oven at 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 Celsius if I'm not mistaken, and we're gonna go ahead and put the pizza in. But if you are anything like me and you don't have one of those wooden pizza trays or just one of those metal trays, what I usually do is I use a pan. Make sure it's a pan that can actually go into the oven, and what I do is I put a little bit of semolina on it. Just kind of spread it all around, and then I just go ahead and move the pizza into the pan. So guys, this is now ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and put it into the oven for about 7 minutes, and it should be coming out and be ready. So since this is a very special moment, I don't get to eat pizza that often, I'm using my special Mickey mitten. Woo.
Look at that, guys.
Hope you guys like the recipe. It's pretty easy, pretty simple to make. And do remember that you guys can go ahead and choose whatever cheese you guys want to put on it, any extra ingredients or anything. You guys make it your own. I'm gonna leave a list of all the items that you're gonna require for the pizza down at the description below. Again, the pizza sauce is in a completely different video, so I'll go ahead and leave a link to that as well. But you can go ahead and also browse through the channel and you'll be able to find it there. So learn how to make that pizza sauce first, so by the time you get to this, you guys know and you have everything set up and ready to go. Again, if you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. You guys know the deal. And thanks for all the comments and all the support that I've been getting. I really, really appreciate it, guys. But now it's time for me to go ahead and start eating this bad boy before it gets cold. So thanks again to everybody, and I'll see you into the next one. Peace.